Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. If you're catching the replay, thanks for watching the replay as well. Feel free to comment, ask questions. I do come back through frequently and answer those questions and comments after the fact. So today we're going to do a fun heart rock. I have done the interior of this rock before in a tutorial, so it's not brand spanking new, but it's been a while since I've done one. I've just got a base coated rock here. It's just kind of got a purple, I think I colored over something at some point in time. You can do this on any base coated rock you have. In fact, if you have a pour painted rock or just something that you never finished, this is excellent for that. So if you're joining in live, it should say live in the corner. Feel free to say hi where you're watching from. I know it's been forever since I have been on live, but as you all know, this has been quite the year, not just the last couple months with the kids in and out of school and things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a heart on my rock. I'm going to freehand this on. However, if you're not comfortable freehanding hearts, I think I'm going to go this way. If you're not comfortable freehanding hearts, you can make yourself a template just with a sheet of paper to trace or something along those lines. So we'll just get a heart on here. And I won't make it as even as I can, but as you guys know, I'm not too hard on myself. Just kind of get a nice heart shape on here. Now we're going to divide this up with lines. Now the amount of lines you have is going to change the way that your pattern looks. So I've kind of placed these out on a piece of paper to kind of check how they'll look, and I like the way that this worked. So a vertical line splitting your heart in half. Hello, Melanie. And then we're going to do a horizontal line splitting this one in half, and it doesn't have to be perfectly in half, just eyeball it and go straight across your rock like that. Now we're going to do another line that's going to intercept the point of the heart where it dips down like that. And now we're going to create a line coming down here, basically splitting this area in half and this area in half like that. And then we're actually going to have these, well, let's go all the way down. I'm actually mixing it up. I'm ready to go live and mix it up. This center is going to be our main shape, so I want that one to be a little bit bigger, so we're going to do a downward angle here and here. And don't worry if you don't get this all, you can always watch the replay to kind of get it on your heart. And if you don't get these exact same lines, it's still going to be a cool design. It's just this kind of helps the shapes look right, if anybody recognizes what I'm doing here yet, because I have done this before, like I mentioned at the beginning. All right, once we've got our lines on here, we're going to start our pattern. And a lot of this is repetitious, so just hang in here. And if you don't have time to watch the whole video live, I always download these and upload them on YouTube and kind of speed up through places that are repetitive like this. Also, if you are watching live, if the comments get in your way, I know you can swipe to the side to get rid of the comments. On, I think it's iPhones that you swipe to the side, I think Androids you swipe up or down or something along those lines. So we're going to start creating petals. These are going to be almost like flower designs. This is kind of like a Zentangle style design. So we're going to just make arches on either side of every single one of our lines, and we want to keep them pretty close to that center line. So rotate your rock. I like to rotate my rock so I'm pulling my lines in the same direction. Just helps me be consistent. All of them, every single line. You want to do one on either side. There's gonna be a lot of line work on this, so I am using a 1M Posca for this, and this is a newer one. Over time, when you use them on your rocks, they will kind of wear down. You could do this with, if you have micron pens and things like that as well. The Jelly Roll pens work pretty good. Doing this kind of stuff as well. Like this. The thing about this design is you need to work on one section at a time, it won't create the correct look. And you can see, once you get one of each of the petals on there, you can already see kind of the flowers taking shape on here. And as you can see, I kind of bounce around. There's not necessarily any rhyme or reason to which ones you do first, just as long as you get all of them. One on each side first. And the last one up here. All right. So once you have one on all of them, we're going to repeat that again. We're going to do a second layer on each one. Now, as you'll see when this kind of grows, these flowers kind of grow from the center, you want to just overlap where the lines are and then pull it further away. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're just going to come straight up that existing line, then bump it to the side a little bit, and then curve. So straight up the existing line, bump it to the side, and curve. All right, so once I start making them thicker, I kind of decide, like, I think this center flower is kind of my main flower. So I'm gonna kind of go around all of those first before I start working on the other flowers. Like this. And some of them, if you get really close together, that's okay. It's still gonna look okay. So obviously if you're doing it at home, take your time. When I'm live, I tend to go a little faster because this is kind of a, I don't want to say monotonous rock because I think they're really fun and they look really neat when they're done, but it's repetitive. So also if you're doing it at home, make sure that you give yourself breaks if doing line work starts to get a little bit tiring for you. So see, I did the 2 on this one, so I'm going to do the 2 on this one over here. The second layer. I don't know if anybody actually caught, I've done this before on just a really colorful background rock. I don't recall if it was live or if it was just one that we have over on YouTube. But as you see, it really will start filling your space pretty quick once we get to like this third line on all of them. And this one kind of shifted, so you can kind of play with that too. I'm not going to do one on the other side of that because I felt like it's a little shifted. There we go. And almost got them all here. So again, if you're just joining, I'm pulling from the center, overlap the line until you get to free space, then bump it out to the side. And that's going to get more important as you move along because you'll see we're going to have a lot more space that you're tracing with each one of the flowers as they grow. So I think I've got them all second time around. So now we're just going to continue this process until the entire heart is filled with these flower petals. So again, trace along that line, then pull it to the side, all the way out and to the side. And they'll really kind of start to get a bulge shape to them. Now, see how this little area here, we're getting really low on space. So that's when, so as we do this next layer here on this one, and we can see maybe there will be one more layer there, and that space is filled. So that is completed in that little area. So you can work little spaces once you're getting really full to decide where those petal lines will be to fill them in. So we'd have one maybe there and there, just like that. See how that's coming together? And then this is one of those rocks, when you see it done, people think, oh my gosh, that's stunning, it's amazing, I could never do that. But when you see it from the beginning, like y'all just did, you see this is definitely a doable design. At least I think so. Okay, so these spaces out here, they're gonna take a little bit more to get to the edge. There we go. And if you're saying hi, guys, sorry, my nose is kind of down low on this design. It's hard for me to see. I saw a couple people saying hi before, but I always come back and read comments as soon as I'm done with the lives. I usually go back right away in case there's any questions you need answered. Here we go. All right, let's get this bottom filled in here. There we go. And we'll work our way onto the side. Isn't that cool? And wait till we get the black around the outside edge. Okay, so I just have plain black acrylic paint that I'm going to use to outline this, and it'll really make the design pop. I want to get kind of a square edge brush. So I'm just going to work right out of the lid of my black since I'm not blending any colors or anything like that. I'm just going to come right along here and give it a nice finished look. I always like to lay my paint further away, and then once you've gotten some of that paint off the brush, you can get a little closer without getting that bead of paint that might possibly kind of go over. And this is also a design that you can practice on a piece of paper first. Like if you're unsure about it, you can definitely practice it off to the side on a piece of paper. That might make you a little bit more comfortable taking it to a rock. Just wiggle on these edges just a little bit down here. And we are going to be done. So what do you guys think? Is this something that you would try? Are you gonna give it a try? I see some hearts and thumbs floating here in the bottom right hand corner. I appreciate it, guys. Alrighty, that is finished. Voila. Let's see if I can pick it up without getting too much of the black paint on me. I can touch it up after I get off. But there we go. How cool is that? So, whoop, ah! Oh, sorry, guys. I'm rusty on the lives, I guess. Anyways, thank you guys that join in live, and thank you guys that watch replays as well. And again, I'm about to wrap this up. So if you missed the beginning, laying it out is probably the most important part, is getting the lines correct in the first place. So like I said, come back and share in the comments if you give one a try, and I will try to get on a little more often if I can live, but no promises. Everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.